You're listening to the Core Factors audio library, spoken versions of Core Factors articles and research designed to support accessibility and for listening while commuting, working, or reflecting. This piece is titled, What Makes Work Meaningful? A Framework for Career Decision Coaching. The following narration reflects the original content and intent of the written article.
What makes work meaningful? A framework for career decision coaching. Moving beyond the buzzword. Meaningful work is one of the most common goals clients name in coaching conversations. It may appear on an intake form or surface as a quiet frustration beneath a successful but unfulfilling role. Many clients say they want work that feels meaningful, but when asked to define what meaningful actually means to them, the answer often becomes unclear. Clients may reference passion, helping others, doing something important, or working for a respected organization. Yet translating those ideas into something personal and practical can be difficult. For practitioners, this ambiguity creates a challenge. Without a clear definition, coaching conversations can become circular. Clients may explore roles or industries without a clear benchmark for alignment. They may move from option to option hoping meaning will click, without knowing what they are actually looking for. To move forward, practitioners can help clients transform the idea of meaning into a practical framework, one grounded in values, energy patterns, and preferred ways of working. When meaning becomes measurable, it shifts from an abstract aspiration to a decision-making tool. Why meaning is hard to define. Meaningful work is deeply personal. It reflects life experience, cultural expectations, and evolving priorities. Yet in professional settings, it is often treated as though it should look the same for everyone. Three patterns frequently blur clarity. First, meaning is often conflated with passion. Clients may assume they must feel constant passion for their work in order for it to be meaningful. In reality, passion often appears in specific contexts and can change over time. Second, meaning is often equated with prestige or visible impact. High-profile roles or mission-driven organizations are frequently labeled meaningful, even when the daily work does not align with a person's needs or strengths. Third, clients often lack a shared vocabulary. They may know they want more autonomy, creativity, or contribution, but they do not yet have a structure for turning those ideas into clear decision criteria. The practitioner's role is to help translate these intuitions into a personal definition of meaningful work, one that reflects the client's internal drivers and lived experience. Grounding meaning through career values. One of the most effective ways to define meaningful work is through career values. Career values represent the conditions that make work feel worthwhile over time. Examples include autonomy, contribution, creativity, recognition, security, learning, or growth. The Career Signals Assessment helps surface and prioritize these values by asking clients to reflect on patterns in their experience, what they consistently seek out, what frustrates them when missing, and what they want more of in their work. For example, a client who values autonomy may experience meaning when they control how problems are solved. A client who values contribution may feel meaning when their work directly improves others' lives. A client who values creativity may feel meaning when they are free to build, design, or innovate. Anchoring meaning in values helps clients move from broad aspirations to concrete decision filters. Identifying work that sustains energy. Meaningful work is not defined only by values, it is also defined by how the work feels to do. This is where motivational skills come into focus. Motivational skills describe the tasks that leave a client energized and engaged rather than depleted. A role may align with someone's values, yet still feel unsustainable if the daily work drains their energy. Through the Career Signals Assessment, clients explore 4 types of task experiences: tasks they enjoy and feel skilled at, tasks they enjoy but want to develop further, tasks they can perform well but find draining, tasks they prefer to avoid entirely. This lens connects meaning to daily experience, not just intention. Work becomes meaningful when it aligns with both values and energy. Matching tasks and environments to internal drivers. Even when values and motivational skills align, the structure of work still matters. This is where the Career Path Assessment provides additional clarity. Career Path introduces occupational activity groupings, developed by Dr. Mark Majors. These groupings categorize work based on the types of activities involved and the environments in which they occur. For example, a client who values creativity and enjoys solving new problems may feel constrained in a role dominated by repetitive or rules-based tasks. Another client who values mentoring and service may struggle in highly competitive environments that emphasize individual performance over collaboration. Understanding activity groupings helps practitioners guide clients toward work structures that support their internal drivers rather than conflict with them. Using interest patterns to expand exploration. Clients seeking meaningful work are often open to new directions but unsure where to begin. Broad interest patterns provide useful guidance for exploration. Global interest areas describe personality-driven preferences for engaging with the world. These include themes such as working with ideas, organizing systems, collaborating with people, creating original work, or building practical solutions. Importantly, these patterns are not job titles. They are directional signals. When clients identify their top interest areas, they can explore roles and industries aligned with who they are rather than defaulting to familiar or visible career paths that may not fit. Helping clients make meaning measurable. Clients do not need a perfect job to experience meaningful work. What they need is a framework for evaluating whether a role supports their values, sustains their energy, and aligns with how they naturally engage with work. Practitioners can help make meaning measurable by surfacing the core values that define what meaningful work means for the individual, identifying the tasks that energize them, not just the tasks they perform well, exploring environments and activity structures that support those patterns, applying these insights when evaluating opportunities or shaping roles. When these elements align, meaningful work becomes an experience of fit and sustainability, not just aspiration. Key takeaways for career coaching. Many clients say they want meaningful work but struggle to define what it means. Career values help translate meaning into personal criteria. Motivational skills connect meaning to the day-to-day experience of work. Occupational activity groupings and interest patterns help guide exploration toward environments that support alignment. Together, these tools help practitioners transform meaningful work from a vague ideal into a practical framework for career decision-making.
This concludes the audio version of this Core Factors article, and you can find the full written version and additional practitioner resources at corefactors.com.